In this episode of Restore It, Antonio starts fitting new and restored parts to the freshly painted M3 chassis. One of the first things that needed some attention was the wiring loom in the engine bay. After all the connectors had been separated and the wires sorted out, it was ready to be wrapped with new Tessa loom tape. Before any work was carried out, Antonio used a small amount of special clear protective plastic to stop us from damaging the paint in vulnerable areas. Parts like this bonnet strut and special clips are cheap enough to just replace and will save us a bunch of time, which is good as Antonio wants to finish this project before the end of the year. The new strut and painted support were the first things to be added to the bonnet so it wouldn't fall on our heads. Before we really get stuck in, I have a quick word from our sponsor, Get Roman. Worryingly, erectile dysfunction is more common than you might think. A huge 52% of men over the age of 40 experience ED at some point. What's worse is that about 75% of those guys don't seek any form of treatment. That's why Get Roman has made it easy to chat with a real doctor online. With Roman, you can get medical care for ED from the comfort and privacy of your own home. Everything can be handled online in a convenient and discreet manner. And getting started is easy. Just go to GetRoman.com and complete an online visit. If your doctor decides that a treatment would be appropriate, they can prescribe genuine medicine that will be delivered in discreet packaging right to your front door with free 2-day shipping. ED can be a tough one to tackle, but it's super important to get checked out. With Roman, talking to the doctor has never been easier. Thanks to Get Roman for supporting the channel. Let's get back to the M3. Using a mixture of heat shielded and normal Tessa loom tape, Antonio wrapped everything that could be seen from inside the bay. With the loom done and the bonnet staying where it was, next was this bonnet ground strap. The windows were masked and the trim pieces sanded back, ready for a coat of satin black paint. In the case of the M3, the entire front bumper can be rebuilt on a workbench before being fitted as one piece, once a few supporting parts were bolted to the chassis. Antonio started by adding the black vinyl strip to the front bumper that makes the M3 stand out from the rest of its peers. Next, some trim pieces were added, along with the main and side supporting pieces. New side indicators were purchased and fitted to match the new paint and vinyl. After this air duct was in, all that was left were the fog lights and front indicators. For this, Antonio asked me to make up 4 simple threaded flat square pieces for the fog lights to bolt onto. They were stress tested, painted, and worked great for the job. A bit of a shuffle around of parts and tightening down of nuts and bolts, and the front bumper was ready to be fitted when the time came. Moving back to the car itself, new clips were purchased for this piece of roof trim that sits in this indent. The trim piece itself was then fitted and clipped into place. Next were a few items for the bonnet, like these bonnet stops, washer jets and the heat shielding. With those in place, Antonio finished his day off by adding some of the brand new custom-made stickers that match the ones that he pulled off exactly. And there we have it for this week's episode. A good amount of progress made on the M3, with a lot more to come sooner rather than later. There is a lot of content to come for the M3 in the next couple of months, by which time the project should be finished and back on the road. The interior is a mini-series in itself and is something that we'll be starting very soon. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.